intro first. Hey, everybody. It's your girl, Pajama, with Pajama Life. You guys got to see our producer for the first time. I hope you all are having a good weekend. Well, I'm here today with this guy. Say hey to the people, our guru of all things Marvel and Tolkien, Patrick.
Hey everybody, I have changed my official title to Sensei of all things Marvel and Tolkien because I feel that is much more in line with my personal beliefs at this point. So anyway, but hey, glad you're here on this wonderful, kind of a cold day here. Hopefully we got some great stuff to talk about today.
Well, it is the start of our Christmas season here at Pajama Life. And today we have a really good one, Dashing Through the Snow on Disney Plus. And we have the finale and the series wrap up of Lessons in Chemistry. We're going to hold off on wrestlers until next week when David is here, since he brought that to us. And he has a lot of insight into that. So since he's not going to be with us today, we're going to push that to next week. But first up, lilrelhowery and ludacris in Dashing Through the Snow.
Hello, baby girl. How are you today?
So good. Because it's Christmas Eve.
Oh, yeah, that.
I have some last minute shopping to do, but please have my child home by 8:30.
Oh, wait. You're leaving? Excuse me, do you mind telling me what you're doing in my neighbor's chimney?
Can you see me?
Yes.
I am here to drop off gifts to the Mannings. Also, too, do you understand I'm missing work right now?
Sorry, Nick. My dad sort of hates Christmas.
He has his reasons.
This is unbelievable.
Santa. I know.
That's ludicrous. Who are they?
It looks like a snowman and an elf and a nutcracker. It got a dash.
What is going on? Who is that following us?
I don't know. I really don't. But what I do know is there's 2 billion children all over the world expecting me to deliver Christmas gifts tonight.
Whatever, fine.
Oh no, Pat has a Grinch face on. What did you think of Dashing Through the Snow?
It exceeded my expectations. It was I am because I do enjoy the I can't remember his name, but the gentleman from Free Guy,
lilrelhowery.
Yes, he is delightful. I mean, he doesn't get enough movies. He's hilarious. He carried that movie quite easily by himself. Ludacris is, well, he's a singer becoming an actor. I mean, that doesn't work out too
well for me.
I mean, there are very few people who do that successfully, and some of them should have just been an actor instead of a singer. Cher comes to mind, number one. Just saying, much better actress than she was a singer. But it was it wasn't bad. It was just kind of, it had definitely a modern take on it, with the St. Nicholas, trying to solve someone's problems. It was kind of Scrooged, kind of Christmas Carol-y. There was a lot of repurposed ideas that you saw throughout it, but it was done in a pleasant and enjoyable way with good characters. And I think the overall story was pretty good, too. I mean, but like I said, there's a limited amount of material with Christmas that people use every year. So it tends to get a little bit repetitive, and to see new ideas is really innovative. But I did enjoy the characters, the actual actors, and their performances in it. I thought they were well done, but the story is interchangeable with a lot of things. So nothing great. I didn't feel cheated. I watched it, didn't feel like I needed to call Pam and tell her, why'd you make me watch this? So it was great that way. That is a high mark indeed from me, just saying. So, there we go. That's what I got to say about that.
Well, I really enjoyed it. It was fun. It was light. It's something the whole family could watch together. It had some ups and it had some downs, but it really was very heartwarming. And I'm glad to see Little Rel and Tiana Paris. I mean, those two are getting all the roles. I mean, they are really having a good career right now. So, and it's worthy because both of them are good actors. And it's not, I would have liked to see Tiana Paris a little more. But the daughter, I can't remember her name. She was delightful. She was a little scene stealer herself with her little cutie pie self. And I really did appreciate the story. I thought that even though it's familiar, it was done in a good way. So I think what's his name? Oscar Nunez. I kind of didn't understand. He's from The Office, right? You like that? I never watched that show, but he was a kind of a weird character to me. But I think the best too was the introduction of the reindeers. I don't want to spoil it, but it was very funny. The reindeers role in this. I just thought that was something really fun and unique. And I want to encourage everyone to go out and watch this. It's a lot of fun and it's something there's nothing offensive in it. And it's something that everyone can watch and enjoy. It's a really good start to the holiday movie season. So check out Dashing Through the Snow on Disney Plus. Okay, next up is we watched a little bit at the beginning, and now we're going to talk about Lessons in Chemistry.
We're live in 5, 4, 3.
Let's get started, shall we?
I am a chemist. I was top of my class.
You are just not smart enough.
In science, you endeavor to control every variable of your experiment.
Sometimes, many times,
Things just turn out messy.
Being an adult is overrated, don't you think? Just as you solve one problem, 10 more pull up.
I believe that you are poised to become a force in afternoon TV, which is why I would like to offer you a job as the new host of our BLA TV's latest cooking show.
Are you concussed?
How does one study TV?
watch how often the host smiles or laughs. My God, why do they smile so much?
Is this genius or crazy? I can't decide.
Let's get started, shall we? I thought this took it was good if you haven't read the book. It took a big departure from the book with the addition of Aja King's character. And that storyline about the neighborhood being under attack from developers who want to put in the LA highway, which is a true story that happened back in the 50s and 60s. So that's based on real life events. But it was kind of a distraction from her story. But it also then helped to stretch the story, I think, to more audiences and to give a little part of history that people may not be aware of. Brie Larson, I mean, her character kind of grew on me. It was so flat, and I understand that it was kind of meant to be that way, but it's just not like that in the book. She's not that wooden in the book. And I think that the characters are really, what's his name from The Office? I guess this is another movie with Rainn Wilson.
Oh, Rainn Wilson, yes.
Yeah, I didn't even, at the first, I didn't recognize him. And then I was like, oh no, he's playing a villain. he's kind of a interesting addition to the cast. I would not have thought of him in that kind of role. But
Dwight was always a villain. I mean, come on, he was an incompetent villain, but he was always a villain in the office.
Well, I mean, here he's just hateful, but he gets his. So, and that's part of it too. They left it not unopened, but open-ended with what happens with the Black communities. And so I didn't like that because we need to know, kind of what's going to happen next. The way things are going, I don't know if they'll have a second season. I hope so. It would be a completely new and different story, which could be really good. And they just take off from there and go to some new places. Could be really interesting. But overall, beautiful production. I mean, Apple always has the best looking shows on TV. I mean, they got the money. But definitely it's a strong story and something I think the entire family can watch. There are some scenes of violence against women, and so you do need to be aware of those kind of things. But it's a very good adaptation of a worldwide phenomenon book. So what'd you think, Pat?
I have not read the book. And I loved it. I thought Brie Larson hit what she needed to. And as you kind of mentioned at the beginning, she was very wooden, very unapproachable. But if you saw throughout the entire series, she warmed up. I mean, the addition of her child, perhaps, the growing friendship between her and her neighbor. I mean, all those things tended to humanize her quite a bit more than the original first several episodes where she was just, I'm a chemist and I'm having a terrible time and you guys are all misogynist, which was the way it was back then. And you see her warm up as she has to try to deal a little bit more with society and the problems within society. And she figured it out pretty quick because she was probably the smartest person in the room most times. She figured out how to make that work for herself. And I mean, I don't know that they can make a second season, to be honest. I mean, they kind of ended her story, and the story was primarily focused on her and this particular endeavor she was on. And at the end, they kind of bookended that with, here's how we're going forward, and it's not the thrust of this entire series. So I did enjoy it. I love to cook, so I enjoy the process of it and the actual science behind it too, which is really interesting, because if you put too much of something acidic in there and you put it with something with baking soda, things get really frothy. And I mean, there's all kinds of weird little things that she kind of just touches over, and then her refusing to put in the hydrogenated
oils,
artery killing oils. And I was like, yeah, that's
but it tastes good.
No, butter always tastes better. Butter always tastes better. You never
butter and lard.
Or you make a pie with butter.
Try cooking some chicken in some lard. It will blow your mind how good it is.
I fry my
blow
chicken
up your heart too.
Do your chicken in bacon grease, and you can thank me later. I'm just going to tell you.
Do
BLTs one night, leave the grease in the pan, and the next day, fried chicken in it. I'm telling you, you'll thank me later. But I'm just saying, as someone who enjoys cooking, I enjoyed the entire process and the way she dealt with her grief in a really interesting way too. So I mean, I love this show, and Brie Larson is not perhaps known as a super strong actress, and she did a really good job in this, I thought. And there's a lot of really interesting characters, an interesting time period. They hit all the correct notes with the sets, the vehicles, the feel, the color palettes, all of that was right on target, I thought. So really good show to watch. And if you didn't know anything about the struggle of a woman during the 50s, I mean, this is a great show to watch.
Yeah, it gives you an insight into, we have come a long way, still a long way to go, but definitely something you should definitely watch and read the book by Barney Gardner's Lessons in Chemistry. Okay, that takes us to the end of our show today. Pat, you have any final words for us?
Not much other than keep warm. Enjoy the football's coming up. We got more football coming up that season. Basketball starting up. All the good stuff. Go KU. Sorry, David, I can say that because you won't even throw me the Kentucky Wildcats on here. So here we are. Good time. Just everybody have a great week. See you next weekend.
Okay, we have an extra special treat. I have a great interview coming up soon, possibly like in the next day or so, with a TV executive. And so to talk about Christmas movies and as well as other aspects of the industry. So you definitely want to come back daily to Pajama Life. Particularly, this is our holiday season where we are doing holiday movie reviews every day in December, as well as our Advent prayers that'll be on the channel. So definitely every day, come back for Pajama Life. It's a lot of fun, and our Advent wine calendar reviews are coming out this year too. So definitely come back every day to Pajama Life for a lot of fun and interesting content. We'll see you next time. Take care.